Good afternoon. My research paper, Did Nixon's Trip to China Cause the Deindustrialization of America? Is a rather complicated one. And the significance is, did it get us into this economic predicament and trade deficits that we have today? So in looking at primary sources, I first started out with history, going back to immediately after World War II to discover that industries such as automobiles and steel were downsizing, turning toward automation, moving out of the cities due to the building of high-rises and apartment complexes, and moving into places with lower tax bases. And therefore, workers were being pushed into the service economy. And they also discovered that America, in financing the devastated cities of Europe after the war, neglected our own infrastructure, and lead with the fact that the trade embargo with China after they intervened in the Korean War caused them to use a policy of self-reliance, and they traded with our allies and their own communist allies to build up their industry up until the 1970s, having been cut off by the Soviets, of course, in the 60s. So my methodology, if there is a method to my madness, was to first research the history of what happened before 1972 in terms of restructuring or deindustrialization, and then to move on to statistics, which I discovered, of course, by 1970, to trade with China was negligible, mostly on Department of Commerce websites and the State Department documents. The trade was registered with zeros. So now we come to 1972, and Nixon is Shanghai Communique, which opened the door to China, which of course opened the door to trade surpluses and cheap dumping of cheap goods into America and devaluing of the dollar, and China buying up U.S. Treasury bonds. But this took approximately 10 to 20 years, as in Dr. Dmitrovich talks about in his video. In the 90s, China as well as India were dumping on America. So in summation, I can only say that, well, Nixon's trip to China didn't cause the deindustrialization of America. It certainly accelerated it. And now we are in a situation where China has become a great industrial power. So we should look into this question of why products are not made in America and what we can do about it. Thank you.